Well, hello, you filthy little whore. What's up, guys? So been super busy. This is the first time I've even turned the camera on today. Today is Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, probably 10-ish o'clock or so. Right now we're running around getting everything started. We've got stuff that we jump started or put batteries in and it just got set and we haven't used it and it gets just moved around as we need to. So that's what's happening right now. I heard Cody had this running. It started up a couple times and didn't continue to run. Battery's super dead. We'll grab a new battery for that thing. All of this stuff all start. Everybody here is running. All this stuff runs. We put battery tenders on everything, the NoCo smart charger battery tenders. I don't know about this thing. I suspect it probably will start up. These guys all running, all running, all running. Can't find the key to this. I had it in the back. It was on the table saw for a long time. Don't know where it is. Somebody picked it up. It got moved, or you know, it was in somebody's way at some point. Got set probably right out in front of me where I can see it, but I don't know where it is. So everything we have keys for, we're starting. Top air and tires, get everything run, just move it, and just really setting up for Self-Reliance Festival. We will compress all this stuff, give some area for some extra outside vendors. I think there's a circus tent or wedding tent or something coming in. A bunch of canopies will go out here. We got to get this thing moved and cut up a little bit of wood so that we can demo this. The Wolf Ridge, we'll do a demo and let guys try this thing out for themselves. So we'll cut up some wood and have some rounds ready to go. Other than that, just super busy day. I got a ton of videos that I'm still uploading. Got to put links in everything on the videos. I put a video out this morning. I try to go through every couple days and answer all the comments. If you leave a comment on the YouTube videos, I do try to reply to it. If it's like nice or hey or sweet, I don't reply to that bullshit. But if you ask a legitimate question or a comment, I try to reply back to it. We'll move this trailer, move that trailer. A lot of this stuff, we can probably put our stuff inside the fence line. We got to stand it back enough so a dog couldn't get in and then jump out. But the dogs will all go in here. This is the first time we're letting people camp on the property. We'll see how that goes. I suspect it'll be just fine. So we'll move everybody in the back up front here, kennel magnets up, and give access to the back there. Guys can hammock camp, tent camp, whatever. Even though we said no trailers, I'm sure a couple of small trailers will show up. Shouldn't be a problem. We can park them nose to nose right along this fence line if that's the case, and they can just live out front here. The hay barn over there, we're going to take the hay, move it out, and kind of build a wall around the outside where people can use the hay bales to sit on. And then we have some, I think, like billboard vinyl tarps are being sent here. So those will just kind of get put up in place as a little windbreak should we need it. The weather's supposed to be 50 degrees and then down to 20. I've got to go locate some burn barrels. I'm sure there's some here locally we can get. We'll get some burn barrels to where we can just kind of sit fires out around the property so people can huddle around. And then I'm going to make some biochar out of a lot of this wood back here. So we're not going to light the big pile. I think we'll pull some stuff out and build a separate bonfire so that there can be a bonfire also. Okay, that's the light. Here's the power button. Do I need to hit the exclamation mark also? It's just sitting here clicking. Click, 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 click. I think you got to turn it on beforehand. What's your lunch plan?
Pork chops, Brussels sprouts, and bacon mac and cheese.
Do your fingers smell like bacon the rest of the day? What about this bacon? Are we gonna use it? It's from yesterday's smash burgers. So I made this mess here. I'm gonna need you to clean it up. A lot of this needs to just compress and go away. We were looking for that key. I know they were up here for a long time and we still can't find the key to the 4-seat Razor. Of course, every time this happens, I'm like, we should probably take the spare key off of the keychain because every set is together. So there's not like a box full of spare keys. And then we find it and it never happens. You like that? They're all looking around. The cat's it's on high alert. Well, hello, you filthy little whore. You'll put layer pellet down and scratch down, and some birds like the pellet and some like the scratch better. They will all eat the layer pellet if that's all they have, but given the choice, some of them prefer one over the other. Here comes a bunch of boy ducks. I assume they're boy ducks since they're grabbing each other, since they're all running, but with one grabbing the other one, that maybe's a girl? I'm sure it's not. Where'd mama duck go off to? There she goes. So here's mama duck. Here's the goose trying to breaking up the orgy. The geese do lots of cock blocking. Ew, semen even flopped all out. Now she will scoot under that fence right there. Yep, there she goes. See, she walks right under. And the other ducks don't even follow her. It's just a trip. They could totally get out. Close this while I'm thinking about it. I'll walk out and it'll for sure rain. if I have it open. It's like a rain dance. I smack my head on these poles more than anything else. Seems as I get older, my scalp gets thinner and thinner, and I'll barely bump my head and it'll have damage on it. It has damage on it right now. I don't know if you can see it. I smacked it on something. I need to walk around with a hat with a propeller on it. Maybe I should get a cool like bump helmet or a carbon fiber op score or something. That's all I want to do with my night vision and my helmet and my O2 faceplate. I just want to mow the grass at night. Just want to drive around in the dark and mow the grass. You're acting like it's hot out here. What are you doing? Would you guys like out? Come on, be free. I'll probably regret that. You need a hand? You got it? Look at you, Easter Bunny. Waka waka. Thank you, Easter Bunny. You don't even know what I'm talking about, do you? Cadbury eggs, you know what those are? Cadbury egg commercial. The bolt snap came off of this. This thing's old and worn. The springs in them aren't very high quality. Oh look, chickens, you learned that you can fly. I don't know about dogs having onions. I would assume they probably wouldn't eat them. I'm surprised anything eats them, really. You're not supposed to put them in compost piles. These chickens act like they didn't know they could fly. They're like, hey, I don't see anything out here that looks like food. We'll go ahead and top this while it's a nice day. That water is about half full. It'll run about 5 days, but we're nice. It's probably 45, 50 degrees it feels right now. So we'll go ahead and top all that just in case. It's supposed to be 20-ish tonight. So pull this out, empty all the crud out of this trough feeder, which is broken. Not working very well. They work great until they don't work great. The metal sleeve is only to stiffen up the plastic sleeve, and as you see, this plastic broke and now no longer works. It comes off on its own. So it worked great until it stopped working. I'm sure that some Gorilla Glue would fix this. I spend a lot of time, I waste a lot of time trying to do things 5-6 times because I'm trying to do them with one hand because I'm trying to film it with a camera. What are you doing? You out slumming? What's up? Oh, you're looking for dog food. Looking to score some dog food? What's up with you? Why are you acting like you're burning hot? You good? You want some dog food? No, I want some chuck roast. I want some steak. Let me clean your eye out. Come here. Why are your eyes watering like this all of a sudden? Just walking by and noticed that all of the chickens have gone back inside the coop. Oh, no, I guess I spoke too soon. There's a couple over here. We'll leave that door open, let them run around. So this is how we drag these rabbit cages. I just got some tubular nylon, snap links, clip them onto those eye bolts. We've got them on both ends, so you can drag it either way. Or if two people needed to lift it and move it. A lot of times I'll just put this on the ball of a four-wheeler when I need to drag it across the gravel to the other side. They work real well. We took this off of one of the Homestead YouTube channels designs, and then Tim changed it a little bit, and Tim wanted to build them lower, and I said let's make them taller just so that they're further away from the tin in case it gets hot or in the summer. Having run them through the summer, we actually could have made them lower, like Tim wanted to make them 12 inches lower, and this is about as tall as it could possibly be and still be able to reach inside. I'm 5'8", and even when I reach inside to get a bowl, I gotta kind of like teeter with my feet off the ground. The other design, definitely I would do them lower next time. They didn't affect the rabbits at all heat wise, and just for ease of moving them, and it would make it a little lighter too, having just a little less wood in there. It wouldn't make it that much lighter having just a little less 2x4 and a little less 1x1. Not gonna be a huge weight difference, but a little bit. Every little bit counts. A small kid couldn't move these things right now. Not a lot growing right now. It's a little clover and whatever this stuff is here, but the cover that's on the ground is just barely there. It's mostly dead grass, and then it exposes dirt. So dragging them where you pivot will tear the ground up some. Some people put them on wheels that are just barely off the ground. Some people make like a pivoting wheel set. You can get fancy, do all kinds of stuff, but this worked for the last year for us for sure. So we've got one side that has tin on it, makes it a little heavier, and then we got the light side. I don't know if it's easier to drag it with the heavy side down like he's doing right now, but it definitely probably does more damage when you drag it. You can't put it right here because they'll get out if you put it right here. So set that one, just bring it in line right here, and that'll give us room to run 3 courses without overlapping. So just drag it from where you're at right to here, even it up, and then make them perpendicular so that they're nice and squared up so they don't look all cattywampus. A little more, a few more inches, few more inches, few more inches. There you go. Now swing that ass in a little bit, or actually just swing that one downhill a little. There, perfect. Now get a tape measure and measure from here to that edge and that edge to that edge. Make sure they're square. I'm just a little quicker. Padow! How you like me now? Some chicken got this duck egg and busted through it. We were a little late feeding today. That's probably a part of that. If we fed earlier and they had eaten already, they probably wouldn't be in that duck nest. Although they might. They seem to really like them. Smells like Italian dressing? Is that what it is?
No, like the herb and garlic marinade.
A little product placement there. These cups are big. I like a normal traditional size. If you like a lot of extra coffee, that's the one for you right there. Does it matter having the battery in the sun, or would it be better to have a shade around the battery?
Probably better indoors.
I would try to keep all of that shit out of UV light just because of the breakdown.
Got a heat sink and everything. So normally this stuff would be indoors, and then you would just have it through a port through the wall.
Would you be better off having the less wire as possible? You're not tight here at all either.
Yeah, the less the better, the less loss you will have.
If you're gonna make this sport, put some wing nuts on here or something.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Better on a cart with a couple of fixed panels on an angle stand.
So when this is fully charged, ideally in layman's terms, what could you use this for? What would it power?
Probably run a fridge for a couple hours off of it.
Could you run a microwave for 5 minutes?
Probably. Depends on your inverter.
Coffee pot or, yeah, really fast. That's neat.
And like it's got a cycle range on it, so it's from like 15 down to 14.8 down to 14.6.
What's this, temperature probe?
Yep. Lithiums don't need it, but anything that's not lithium, it will offset the way it charges.
Does it have to be plugged into work? I see that you have it plugged in.
Yeah, so it just monitors back to this, and then they say just tape this to the side,
okay,
have it next to it or on top, wherever.
So you said you're gonna buy a different brand battery next time?
I'm gonna get a Renogy one.
Renogy. And what kind of panels are these?
China.
Just some no-name stuff?
Pretty much.
Right on. I figured I'd find you here with all these little cocks. Do you want to play with fire? Yes.
Fire, 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 fire.
Don't catch anything on fire that you think I don't want on fire. Don't melt that pipe. Don't melt the tires on the razor. Get this grass, start torching all this shit right here, okay? Give it a little more gas than that. Give it a little more, a little more, a little more. Come on, it turns like 20 times. There, that's good. Okay, you've got a little coming out. How do you think you start it? Right here. Probably. You can't do it like a girl. Come on, stop being scared of it. There you go. Okay, now give it a little gas. A little more gas. A little more gas. Now pull the trigger. Ah! Now incinerate. Don't catch your shoes on fire. Shoes are made of carpet, so be careful with them. If you burn these up right now in the winter when they're still small, they won't go to seed, and you'll have a lot less to do this coming year. You could use chemicals also, but I want them dead now. I don't want to wait for it. And then once you have a garden out, you definitely don't want to spray any chemical. You spray over here and 20 feet away, it'll kill your plants. They say you don't even have to torch these all the way. You just have to roll over them and it'll change the molecular structure. But I find that if you don't torch them really well, they grow back. These weed dragons, I buy them at Tractor Supply. I hadn't seen them for a while, and then I noticed last time I was there a few weeks ago, they had some. I want to say they're about 250 bucks with the cart, torch, and it comes with a brand new tank that's unloaded. I don't know if that includes a gas fill. They might give you a gas fill also. The cart looks to be made by Thoroughbred Industrial Cylinder Exchange. You can get these a lot cheaper. You can just buy this torch piece and use it on your cylinder, but the cart is super convenient. It just works super, super well. I think I have flat tires on it right now.
Fire, fire, fire.
There's the Guinea sentry up on top of the fence. He watches while the others eat. There must be something growing out here that they like. They're eating greens. It's probably about 7 o'clock. Everybody's gone. Figured now's a good time. It's not too cold. It's still pretty warm to move all these carts back into place where I want them set up this year. To start with, started filling up the water and found we have some cracked pipes. So I got a lot of water running out. I don't know how much this is going to leak until it's filled. Probably another 15-20 minutes it'll leak. It'll just sit here, no big deal. But that's the crack I've got. I've got a crack here and there, so that section's got to come out. And then I've got a crack somewhere here. I'm guessing it's probably this fitting right here. So this all has to come out. And that looks like it. So that's all that we lost this year. We don't even bother turning it off. We just let it run and then fix what cracks. Not a big deal. You know, 15, 20, 30 minutes, that thing will be fixed. You can roll these carts. There is a lot of flex in them. And while they do roll, your plan should not be to roll them all the time. On gravel, it's not ideal. Concrete or on pavers wouldn't be a problem really. The problem comes the flex on the cart. Eventually you're going to destroy the cart because it's only held through this sheet metal here that's pretty thin, and that's why you're getting so much flex. The other issue, this handle's so short, when you walk, you're hitting your shins on this crossbar right here. Not a problem, just be aware of it. I have a lot of them. I'll continue to buy them. them. The cost is definitely up this year. I saw them for 150 bucks this year. They were 120 last year. They were 100 the year before that and 25 the year before that. But there's no such thing as inflation, right? I'm gonna roll these in. Maybe you can kind of see what this looks like, what I'm talking about. So this bed right here was the first bed I filled last year. And this had dirt that we got from a local place. And they said, yeah, everybody grows raised bed gardens in it. It grew some stuff, kind of. Not near as well as the Miracle Grow soil did. Not as good as the Fox Farms. And as you see, it grew all kinds of moss and lichen and all kinds of stuff. It did grow, it produced. I mean, my rainbow shard was in it and a few other things. But this bed here is at least twice as heavy as this bed here, and this one's pretty heavy, but this thing is way heavier, and it's got to just be that it's holding so much water it just doesn't drain. All the material in there is just mud, but there we go, they're in place. More importantly, they're out of that place, which we're going to use for parking, and we're going to have to get several rows of cars in here. Get on this table for a little while and get all this stuff put into inventory, get everything kind of in a manner that it can be shown on live feed tonight. Here's all those little mini cocks we started building, CQB mag pouches with pistol mags, diaper bags, halter wraps, H harnesses. We've got some multicam black AKM4 micros that'll finish up. And then here's a new product we're working on final design. Little apron just for scissors and whatever gear or tools. Some other companies make something similar on the market. We thought we would put something out kind of like that. This one's pretty minimal, and it will probably go to market this week, which means that you probably won't see this on this video for a couple weeks still. Amanda's cooking some dinner. I think we're having New York strip. She said that was literally the only steak that she could get when she went to Walmart. We've got all kinds of stuff in the freezer, but it's frozen. And we never planned, hey, tomorrow we're gonna eat this. We'd be better off if we did, but we don't. So I'm gonna gobble down some dinner here pretty quick. I just answered a bunch of emails. I'm going to get out here and move some of these weights around. Got to get it in.
Man, I'm talking about Willis, one of the realest.